Here we have one of our clients, Alice, also known as Active Alice. And she runs a program called Make Shift Happen. Alice has been working with us for around 10 months now. When she started, she was doing around 3K a month,
Yeah,
three and a half.
Yeah.
Was it a bit up and down?
Going up and down there, yeah.
And then what was your last month with us?
7.1.
7.1. So she's cracked into the sevens is a big number, to be fair. Like 5 is great, but like once you're in sevens, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is a lot. Tell us a bit about your business, like before you started with us. Like, what was the setup like? How did it work?
A little bit all over the place, to be honest. It was just kind of like online coaching. And it was obviously a big umbrella term, rather than having a program which helps certain people with certain things in a certain way. It was a little bit wishy-washy and just kind of helping anyone. Price point was a lot lower as well, and just a lot less structure with it, to be honest.
And you were doing sessions in the gym as well, right?
Yeah, so I was doing it online and in person.
How did that balance?
It was okay, to be honest, but because my online wasn't quite as hands-on, so it was kind of just like your check-ins, your training, your nutrition. It was quite basic, rather than going deeper into people's problems and struggles. So then it was a little bit, there wasn't as much to do for the online, so it was okay managing both at the time.
Why did you want to get business coaching then?
Because I wanted to make it a lot better. I wanted to have online as my primary focus, and I knew that I could grow it, and I knew that I could really make a big impact with it. So that's why, and I wanted to get to those levels.
Why online particularly? Like, what was the big driver for wanting an online business?
I think, honestly, since uni, I just always visualised myself as someone who had an online business, because having that freedom and flexibility was so important to me.
You mean you didn't want to get a real job?
I didn't want to work for anybody else. I literally just didn't want to work for anyone else. I thought, I am going to make this work for myself. I didn't know how, but I would always just tell myself, like, and almost like speak it into reality. I thought, I've seen other people do it, you know, on Instagram, online, and I thought, I can do that. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I can have an online business.
Why did the gym not appeal to you as something where, because technically you're still self-employed when you work in a gym?
Yeah. I think it was just not enough freedom.
Yeah.
It was just like I wanted ultimate agency over my life, and I also couldn't grow to the levels that I wanted to grow in the gym. It left me a bit stagnant, and I got to a point where I feel like I get to a point maybe after like a year or something where I was like, right, what's the next thing now? I know I can go on from this. I don't want to stay in the same position, and that's kind of how it felt like at the gym. It felt like, right, I've done that now. Let's move on to the bigger and better thing that I actually want to do.
What were your struggles before you signed up? Like, why? Because I'm assuming, like most people, you would just, if you could just grow it on your own, you would have done. So, So where were you actually struggling? Like, what kind of stuff did you need help with?
Where do I start? The direction to actually take it in. Content was a massive just question mark. It was just always overwhelming, not knowing who I was speaking to, what I should actually post. Balancing everything as well, just as a business owner, like how to actually manage your time, manage your priorities, minimize overwhelm, manage a large client number, not always be kind of stuck within like 20, 25, that kind of thing. Time management was a big one, to be honest. That was like a huge thing that I used to struggle with, and I think that's definitely come on a lot.
Did you do anything like previously before you worked with us, or did you literally just like wing it to that point?
I did do another business course,
you?
2 years ago, which is when I first started online coaching.
Right, okay.
So I did it with them, and they kind of got me set up to online, and then had a bit of a head wobble, and then started in the gym. So I thought I want to do a bit of both.
Yeah.
I think until I built my own self-belief up that I could actually do it. So I'm glad I did that.
Yeah.
And then it was the right time to then move online. I thought I've given myself this time to build up the confidence and to really go for it.
So you didn't really have a structure like with how to run your business.
No.
You were unsure about content.
Yeah.
You didn't really know what the next steps were.
No.
So what would you say like the biggest things were that we helped you with that allowed you to kind of make that transition? Because like 3 to 7 in 10 months is, you know, over double. So it's really good result. So what were the things that you thought were the biggest difference makers?
I think it's what to actually work on and what to actually focus your time on, not trying to do everything at once. How to actually structure your content as well, and that it doesn't need to be this huge, massive thing that often like going simpler works better sometimes with that. How to connect with your audience as well, how to become an authority, which I think is something I've massively learned over the last few months, how to actually be an authority so that people respect you and people trust you and people want to work with you. The sales as well, and that sales mindset of when you're jumping on a call and how you can actually help this person, getting into that mindset of like that you can do that, not doubting yourself or not over justifying your price and things like that. And the time management was huge. Like I can't visualize what like me a year ago would not be sat here and think that I would be managing this number of clients and be okay with it, you know, not be stressed out to the max. I think learning how to optimize your time and save time as well.
So what do you think the specific parts of the program were that helped you with those things?
I think learning how to do lead gen properly has really helped. So the group calls have been really good to be able to actually learn how to like cultivate these skills. So the lead gen skills, the sales skills, actually knowing how to show up online and things like that. I think those parts of the program have helped me massively, being able to have the videos there to access and things like that and then implement each week, and also the accountability as well, like the accountability of checking in with your coach and things like that puts that like good pressure on you to do things and know that you've got a coach who can give you feedback on everything.
Okay, so 10 months in,
Yep.
7K. How does it actually feel like within the business?
It feels really good. I don't feel stressed. I don't feel overwhelmed, which is something I've overcome over the last few months. And I feel like I've got to a point where I'm actually like, I can do this. And I can see how it's going to happen as well with what FBU have taught me. Like, it's inevitable if you do these things that you will grow. So I think it's feeling really good at the minute with the pace that I'm growing. So
it's more like your confidence in the stability of the business rather than anything like massive.
I think the confidence and self-belief in the business is huge and something that's come on for me a lot. Definitely, like actually believing that you can do it, actually being confident enough to handle it all, handle your clients, believe that you can get them the best result, believe that you can push to that next step, not keep yourself stuck, not keep yourself in your comfort zone, which I think is quite easy to do when you're growing a business, because you think, oh, this is really nice, I've hit 30 clients, let's stay here for a little bit, and then get kind of stuck and not grow.
What kind of impact has that had on your life outside of the business?
I just feel so much happier overall. Like, it's impacted every area because I know I'm taking agency and autonomy over like a huge goal of mine, and knowing that I am actively taking steps each week, each month, and seeing the hard work pay off as well, seeing things actually come into fruition is really fulfilling. And I think that's impacted relationships, you know, home life, how I just feel in myself and how I look after myself, because I'm now a business owner. Like, I identify as a business owner, not just like a coach or a PT. I'm like put myself there, like, so I hold better standards for myself.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, what do you say now when people ask what you do? Do you say you're a personal trainer or do you say you run a business?
I'm saying I'm an online coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When do you think you're going to make that switch?
Don't know. So I'll say I'm a CEO now.
I don't know, but like, I remember when I was coaching, like, when I got to a certain point, instead of saying like, oh, I'm a personal trainer, I started saying like, oh, I run a personal training company. And I don't really remember when I did that, but I remember like, as I made that shift, I was a bit more like, oh, I run a business now, instead of like, I'm a personal trainer.
Yeah, no, I'll say online coach at the minute.
Do people know what you mean when you say that?
Some do, depends who I'm talking to. Depends how old they are.
Yeah.
But often I have to explain it.
What do you say when you explain it?
I say that I help people, I coach them online with the training, the nutrition, their mindset, their habits, help them create a healthy lifestyle, you know, give them accountability, support, structure, like check-ins and things like that, not client sessions on Zoom, which is what some people think.
Yeah, they do actually. That's fair. What would you say to yourself like a year ago, if you could give yourself some advice now?
Oh, God. Like, that it's all going to work out and that you can do it. Like, you need to take a leap of faith sometimes and go all in. When you like got one foot in one camp and one in another, that's when you stay stagnant. I think go all in, commit to it as much as you can, and trust and believe in yourself, like trust in the process, trust in the strategy, but have that self-belief as well, like work on your self-belief and confidence so that when you do get to those levels, you can handle it and you feel good at those levels.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.